I'm going to ask a question to start.
Okay.
Tim, do you want like to you, or do you want down the pipe?
Let's go with the camera.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
And I will take that question
Okay.
again. The concept emerged in 2002. Several of us who were graduates of the University of Waterloo's drama program decided that we'd been out in the professional world for a little bit and we wanted to come back together and work together on a project. As artists, we wanted to do things that made people want to talk. 12 years ago, we had the idea of putting on a show, and now, over a decade later, we're trying to continue that notion of exploring issues through theater.
The in-class program is about 6 years old now, so sort of half the lifetime of the theater company.
There's something in the number 180 about perspectives, about coming around and looking at things from another angle. We knew that the number, beyond just having significance for us, would evoke something for people. It's interesting, as we were walking down the halls of the school here, I saw a room. It said Studio 111. Studio 180 comes from that sort of thing. It was a room, went from being Haggie Hall 180, which was the room number in this large building, to being Studio 180. So we wanted a nod to that.
Absolutely. So there's the Laramie Project, a piece called the Arab-Israeli Cookbook, and then we did Stuff Happens.
Bruce Norris's Clybourne Park, which is a really entertaining riff on A Raisin in the Sun.
Blackbird. Last year we produced a play called Cock with our class. We produced The Normal Heart.
It can also become the documentary theater and the severely depressing theater.
Theater doesn't have to be rooted in the documentary form to really uncover deep truths about our culture and our society.
We really started to explore the notion of satire.
It was really neat to hear a student talk about the humor in the play, and one thing he said was that it really drew him in. There was humor, and it got him interested in the play. And we've even done a musical. We produced Jason Robert Brown's Parade.
Finding ways to be relevant, but to not completely
pigeonhole ourselves.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Is it appropriate to deal with these serious topics and serious issues through the musical form? And our answer was always yes, absolutely.
Theater, in all its forms, is a way of engaging and not tuning out, not just being entertained. Great entertainment can also be food for thought and stimulate critical thinking.
I hope we get this right. We have a mission is to promote community engagement and dialogue and public discourse through the form of theater. Our vision is that we believe that people engage more fully in the world through the experience of live theater. Theater, I think, in our culture can sometimes have a reputation of being elitist. To make our work as accessible as possible to anyone.
So much of our entertainment now is solitary. We can do it in isolation. Theater, because of its immediacy, because of the physical connection to the performers and the content, is something really, really different. And so part of the work in schools is just getting the kids into the theater and making them realize, oh wow, plays can be cool and exciting and interesting.
We're arriving at the theaters,
talking,
feeling the enthusiasm, and checking out the neighborhood, anticipation.
Moving into the theater en masse.
And checking out the signs, exuberance,
joking,
excitement.
Watching the kids be a community.
And was like, I'm gonna cry. Just like it's amazing. I'll go to a hockey game, a movie, I'll join a book club, or I'll go to the theater, right? Like it's another option.
And knowing that we're coming back into the class today to talk about their response, and that's where drama has the most power to humanize the story, to take history, to take facts, to take statistics, and to make them mean something that resonates inside and not just intellectually.
Well, I mean, I could probably provide so many.
I don't know.
So many different answers.
One of the struggles is to resist debate.
To not go in and preach our point of view about issues.
This is right and this is wrong, and we're going to argue about it.
Practice what we preach, free of judgment, free of censorship, all voices and all perspectives to be heard. We always tell the students we're not here to achieve consensus. And that can be really challenging because when we're talking about issues of misogyny, racism, homophobia, heterosexism, class, sometimes things get said that may go against my personal belief system, not vilifying those who hold a minority opinion. It's a challenge to allow space for dialogue and engage in that dialogue and facilitate and guide without, letting anyone feel judged or put down. There's an emotional cost.
The surprises maybe are my favorite part.
I'm excited to watch their minds work.
Helping students find their voices,
The insight that comes up.
New ideas,
facilitating an open dialogue.
have their point of view opened up by hearing someone else's point of view.
There was one young woman who was answering as my character, and I actually heard her say some things that were different from what I had been thinking about the choices that I made, but that made perfect sense to me. That was a moment where I actually felt myself kind of choking up because I felt that there was just a compassion and understanding and a sensitivity to that choice or to what I was going through as that character. That was a moment for me.
To hear kids just stand up in a talkback and say, I never understood what this was about until it had a human face.
Paige Fisher, who is a graduate of the program, she talked about how impressed and proud she felt of her fellow students and how she felt like they achieved a dialogue together that was just so respectful, and she saw her peers, who she'd been in school with for 4 years, in a new light and gained new respect for her peers and her colleagues, and that was fantastic to hear.
I got it. It doesn't necessarily mean I got it and I completely transformed my point of view, but I understand that more fully.
Suddenly having their perspective broadened.
When students are vulnerable enough and truthful enough to reveal something about themselves, I'm constantly amazed and inspired by the work that the students do.
I literally, I physically get all excited in the room.
How much they are able to give of themselves and be generous of themselves and to one another and truthful.
To encourage open-mindedness and free discussion.
When we hear students say, I never thought of it that way, I never entertained that point of view, I never really understood.
Just seeing people be really engaged.
There's a lot of value in seeing both sides and considering both sides when you are coming to a conclusion or a decision about how you feel about something.
Allowing students to really be heard and feel heard.
The observation that people are capable of.
I have a new understanding of that. That's also very emotional.
Seeing a shift happen or a reconsideration of where they thought they were or what they thought they thought.
Respecting those, hearing those, and discussing those is what it's all about.
That's my favorite.
It blows my mind.
I find that extraordinarily exciting.
A play we have produced already.
Yes, let's go with that. And then actually we'll do the other side too.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Mickey Marcus in The Normal Heart. It's the only character I've done for Studio 180, but it's
twice.
seriously, but I did it twice. It's definitely one of my favorite characters I've ever got to examine.
I love singing and Parade, so different from what we have done.
But if it were just one character, maybe it would be Offensive Shadows.
Cock. And not just because I want to keep saying the word cock.
It allowed me as an actor to explore a range of emotion that I'd never been asked to explore before.
Give me the Parade soundtrack and a duet partner and I'll sing All the Wasted Time Till the Sun Goes Down.
A lot of fun. Just an extraordinary amount of fun.
The role that I had the opportunity to perform in that play was rich and complex and challenging and rewarding and rare. To bring to Studio 180? Yeah. Oh gosh, if we knew, I don't have.
What about Big Love?
Well, yeah, so there are 2 plays that we wanted to do.
Oh, I do. Yeah, but I don't know. I do love that play. I don't know if it's my dream play.
Chimerica, which is another Lucy Kirkwood play, and Domesticated.
There's a play that I can't even say, I don't even remember the whole title of because it's amazing and it starts, we are proud to present a presentation, and then I honestly don't, I love a play.
Yeah, Namibia.
It's a really neat play, and maybe someone will be watching this and we'll be in the middle of the production. It could happen. I don't know if it'll happen. I would love for us to produce that play.
I'm a big fan of the musical Assassins, and it's my dream to play Lee Harvey Oswald.
There's one that we would really like to do called The Nether, that I don't know if we can or will or what's happening with rights.
Yeah, someone beat us to that one. It's gonna be a while. I know. If I can give a general answer, the notion of reclaiming an old play like that and it still being relevant, how history affects the way we perceive our art and how we perform it, how we respond to it. So if I can speak generally, I look forward to juggling new and exciting voices and previous voices being heard through a new filter.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
Really, it's deciding who talks first. You start.